Hello and welcome to another episode of Book Addicts Anonymous, also known as Girl, You Have No Self-Control. I've done it again, folks. I said I wouldn't. I said in the last book haul it would be the last one of the year until after Christmas. But I just couldn't help myself. There were so many good sales that just popped up randomly that I wasn't expecting, and I just got a little bit carried away. I didn't actually spend all of that much, like the actual total spend is not that much, but there's just a lot more books, okay? So have grace if you're gonna stick around. But yes, more books for you guys. Let me know if you've read any of these ones in the comments below. And yeah, back to normal programming. My name is Sam. Welcome to the Book Bunch. It is so great to have you guys here. And I hope you guys enjoy some of the books that I have picked up in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to start with two children's books that I picked up for my daughter. They are probably a little bit above her age group, but I figured that they were like practically a couple of cents each, that I would get them now and then she can grow into them, which is the good thing about books. So I got her a little Christmas book called The Little Reindeer Who Lost His Presents, and it's just really, really cute little book. It's got like all the little tabs and flaps and things, and it's just so cute that I could not resist. So that one is for her. And then also this one, I am not too sure what age this is meant to be for, because it is a mix of like a board book and then like normal pages, so we'll see how we go. But it's called Together: Animal Partnerships in the Wild, and it's just really cute, beautiful illustrations, and it just goes through some of the beautiful animals of the world that like mate for life and all of that kind of thing, and I just thought it was really beautiful. So there's that one for you guys. Sorry if there's noise in the background. For some reason we've been having lots of loud trucks and stuff coming through always around when I have a chance to film, which is when my daughter's napping, and it just gets a bit crazy. But anyway, moving on, we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which was very, very kindly gifted to me by book lover Amanda, so I will leave her channel below to go check it out. This is actually recommended by Oshina, so I put it on my wish list and then the lovely Amanda got it for me, so I'm really looking forward to it. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which excites me a lot because I haven't read a Beauty and the Beast retelling before, and it's one of my favorite Disney like old school movies. So yes, there's that. I also got for Christmas from my parents, there is a bit of hair stuck to it for some reason, probably dog hair because it came in contact with my parents' dog, but this is The Lies of Loch Lamora, which is a book all about pirates. This book I've had on my wish list for a long time. I have no idea if it's clean or not, but I saw it on another Booktubers channel ages ago, and she always says that it is her favourite. It was Murphy Napier's channel. That's who it's from, and she reads a lot of mainstream stuff, so I have no idea how this will fit into that, but I'm hoping it's clean because I absolutely love pirates. If you know anything about the series, please let me know. We then have the Poisonwood Bible, which I thought I'd pick up because some of the other booktubers did a book club of this a couple of months back. I had wanted to join, but I just couldn't get a copy in time. It has finally arrived. I think this book is so beautiful. I actually also picked up her other book, which I've heard nothing about, called Unsheltered, and I got this one for like $3, I think, and it's signed. And I was like, come on, you can't say no to that. You can't say no. So I've picked both of these up, hoping to read them, hoping that they are going to be really good, but we will see. I also picked up The Mountain Between Us. This again was a recommendation from Oshina, so I will link her channel below, but she did a recent books that are good for winter time, and this was in that. It sounded super interesting, a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's more of like the crime thriller, but also possibly a little bit romancy. So we'll see how we go. I might love it, I might not, but I'll let you guys know. Then I grabbed Caraval because I love circus books and everything. The Night Circus is one of my favorite books ever, so I am hoping Caraval is kind of a similar vein because that was really good. I have been told that it is clean. I really hope that is true because I'm really looking forward to this one. I happened to also pick up some non-fictions. I picked up Jordan Peterson's duology, I guess you'd call it, of 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote for Chaos, and then that is followed by Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life. And I got this because they were a super good deal on Amazon actually. And yeah, I thought I'd grab them because I've seen a lot about Jordan Peterson around various like Christian news places and like Facebook pages and stuff. They all feature him in different things. He himself isn't a Christian, but he's, I guess, very pro-Christian values and stuff like that. So I thought I'd see what he is all about. I believe he's like a clinical psychologist or something like that. And I just thought that maybe he'd have something interesting to say. So let me know what you think about him in the comments below. Some more non-fiction though next is All Flame, which is entering into the life of the Father, Son and Holy Spirit. This was on clearance at Koorong, so I picked it up. It looks pretty decent. I love books about the Holy Spirit because that is just a part of our faith that I just love and I'm so fascinated by, and I think it's so cool. So I picked it up. I love the cover. I think it's really cool and looking forward to seeing what that's about. Then I got Capturing God, which is just a tiny little mini book. It's only like 50 pages or something. It's just a little booklet, and it is about capturing the essence of God and the truth about the image of God and all of that kind of thing. So I'm interested to see what that is like. I grabbed Extraordinary Hospitality for Ordinary People, 7 Ways to Welcome Like Jesus. It's meant to be a little bit like Mary and Martha, I believe, and I picked it up because I got that homemaker book in the last video and I thought maybe this one would go well with that one as well. And I grabbed Deeper Still, which is Finding Clear Minds and Full Hearts Through Biblical Meditation. I'm really interested by that concept of meditation in a Christian sense because normally it is to do with yoga and other religions stuff. So I'm always interested when I see stuff about it in a biblical sense and trying to understand more about that kind of thing. So we'll see how that one goes. If you guys have any recommendations for that kind of thing, I would love to hear it just because, yeah, it's something that is unfamiliar to me and I'd like to know more about it. I grabbed a Christmas retelling called The Promise and the Light, which I'm really looking forward to. It's just meant to be a middle grade kind of retelling, but I've never read a retelling of the biblical story and I thought this one sounded really good. I also really love the cover. It kind of gives me Dune vibes, which I think is really cool, and it's not very long either, so I'll be able to read this one before Christmas and see how we go with that. Following that is Truth on Fire, which is another non-fiction. I grabbed a lot of non-fiction in this haul actually. I was in a bit of a mood for it. And this is Gazing at God Until Your Heart Sings, which I just love that. I don't really know much about this book, but that little like tagline definitely hooked me. I grabbed this one next, which is Stop Taking Sides, How Holding Truth's Intention Saves Us from Anxiety and Outrage. I find that so interesting, like anything to do with anxiety books and all of that, especially in a faith-based way. I always find them so fascinating because there are a lot of different opinions out there and trying to find the truth and what works for you is always an interesting journey. So I thought I'd see how this one goes and what the opinion is from this perspective. Trying to smash these out as fast as I can for you guys. But anyway, this is Draw Near Your Creative Spiritual Journey. This one I'm really looking forward to because I am an artist. So I thought this would be really cool, but it's basically just a journal with all sorts of things. There's like blank pages, but then there's like ones that you can like color and different prompts and stuff for you that is meant to help you get closer to God and worship in your creativity, which I think is very cool. And I grabbed Greenwood, which I picked up because I heard someone talking about it and it sounded really interesting. But now, for the life of me, I can't remember what it's about. But I also don't want to read the blurb because I kind of want to keep it a surprise. So if you guys remember what it is without giving me too much detail, please let me know because it seems really interesting to me. I want to say it's sci-fi, but I could be wrong about that. Moving on, I grabbed a biography about Nadine Gordimer. I'm going to say it is her last name. It is about this lady that won the Nobel Prize, and from what I can I have gauged from little bits I know about her, she seemed to have some kind of faith, so I'm looking forward to that one. But she was an author, and I think that's really cool, and I just thought I'd pick it up because it was only a couple of dollars on clearance, so I grabbed that one too. And I grabbed this because I have her first book, which is called Girl Wash Your Face, which if you haven't read it, you need to go read it. It is such a good book. I highly recommend it. But this is her next book. Didn't see that coming. Putting Life Back Together When Your World Falls Apart. And I'm really interested to see what has happened since her last book. The other book is also nonfiction. And yeah, I loved her writing, what she had to say. It was really cool. So we'll see how that one goes. I picked up a tiny little, it must be like a novella, I guess, because it's absolutely tiny, little middle grade book called The Deep Sea Duke. Know absolutely nothing about it, but it was like 50 cents. So I grabbed it because it looked kind of cool. If you know anything about it, let me know. But I think it just looks really cool. Something like maybe Little Mermaid-esque, but we'll see. I grabbed Little Lord Fauntleroy. I have heard about Little Lord Fauntleroy through the Wiggles because they have like a song about it, but that's all I know, so I'm keen to find out about that. I grabbed another non-fiction book. This is just for me and my work side of life, which is the copyright book. I used to write a lot of articles and things for various marketing companies, and I thought I'd grab this just to peruse in my own time because after kids I might get back into that. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet, but I thought I'd grab this just in case, see what it's like. I also have a cousin who is a professional copywriter, so I might pass this on to her once I'm done with it. Then I grabbed The Wisdom House, which I know absolutely nothing about, but it is by Rob Parsons, and I think this is Christian, but I could be wrong. But it says you don't always have to learn the hard way, and I think this is really cool. It seems to be about learning from other people's mistakes, both like current people and people in the past, so that sounds so interesting to me. It has been reviewed by the guy that wrote The Shack, so I think it must be something Christian, because I believe that's like, why would you get a Christian person to review a book if you're not also Christian? But I could be wrong, we'll see. But then I got The Warden. I know nothing about this, but it was a classic and it was like $1.50 or something, so I picked it up. I did kind of research it after I grabbed it because I was like, oh, maybe I should have looked up what it was before I bought it, but anyway, silly me, I didn't. But from what I understand, it is about a warden and there's like a lawsuit happening or something, and yeah, it sounds kind of interesting, but it might not be my thing, so we'll see. If you know anything about it, let me know. And then there is The Color of Darkness. Also have zero clue what this is about, but this cover was so cool that I had to pick it up. I'm really hoping that it is possibly Christian or at least clean, but we will see. It says that it is the second book in a series, the first book being the Book of Storms, so I'll see if I can manage to track down the first book. I'll give them a read. If not, I can always donate it because it was very cheap to grab as well. So we'll see. In honor of the lovely Miriam Elizabeth Reads, I grabbed the Enchanted Sonata. This is a Russian Christmas story, possibly about the Nutcracker. I can't remember what she said about it now, but she got this quite a few months back, and like when she was very first getting in the Christmas mood. I can't remember if she said she read it or if she just knew about it, but she had a copy and I thought I would pick up a copy too. It is super beautiful as well. It gives me such positive vibes, so I'm looking forward to picking it up and actually giving it a read, hopefully before Christmas. And now, one of my lovely viewers, she is always telling me all these amazing things about her and her life, and she recommended this to me. You'll be sorry. It is a cozy mystery with dragons, and she said that I had to get it because I am a fantasy and sci-fi fan, and I was looking for a fantasy or sci-fi book for Christmas time, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get a copy before Christmas, but it came. So I'm definitely going to prioritize this in the next week to make sure I read it before Christmas, and then you guys will hear all my thoughts about it. But thank you so much for recommending it to me. I'm really excited. I grabbed Green Glass House as well. I can't remember whose video I saw this in, but I saw this in someone's video and I was like, oh, I should grab this one. And I love this little cover. I think it's so cool. I'm really hoping that I love it. I'm hoping it has similar vibes to Winter House, but we will definitely see. And finally, I grabbed Once Upon a Wardrobe, which I'm really interested by this because the reviews and the blurbs say it's Narnia-esque, which is also why it's called Once Upon a Wardrobe. But every Narnia-esque book I have read has been a letdown, and I just reread Narnia. So this is a good time to compare, and we will see how we go. But yes, there's a couple that I'm going to prioritize, mostly the Christmas ones, so I can get them done before Christmas and really enjoy that. There's like 4 or so that I've got to read. But apart from that, these other ones can just be read whenever I get to it. If you guys have any other recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys want me to be reading next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!